Good afternoon to all the delegates, guests, and participants. On behalf of PCET, that is Pimpri Chinchwad University, I, Professor Deepak Penta, welcome you all for the webinar on Freshers to Global Professionals SAP Careers. So, in regard to this, we, School of Engineering and Technology, Department of MCA and BCA, would like to introduce the guest speaker for today's webinar, Mr. Nitin Khade sir. Mr. Nitin Khade sir has more than 16 years of experience in SAP education industry. He has spearheaded the training of over 3,000 students in SAP. Mr. Nitin Khade sir has completed his postgraduate, that is Masters of Business Administration and Bachelor of Engineering from University of Mumbai. So welcome Nitin Khade sir. With the short introduction about the PCET, so PCET has a legacy of nurturing excellence since its establishment in 1990. We have 11 institutes which are spread across three campuses in Nigri, Rawit, and Sathe Mawal. Pimpri Chinchwad University is located in Sathe Mawal. The campus is spread across 10 acres. So, without further ado, I would like to have a short virtual tour of our university. So, let me share the screen for that. Just
Pimpri Chinchwad. The Pimpri Chinchwad Education Trust has established a state private university known as Pimpri Chinchwad University at Sathe, Vadgaon Mawar in Pune Metropolitan Regional Development Authority. It is a 30-acre campus of academic facilities and amenities for students and teachers to help them to achieve their fullest potential. The Pimpri Chinchwad University campus is well connected with the cities Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad by road through Mumbai-Pune National Highway number 4 as well as Mumbai-Pune Expressway. Also, railway station Kanhe is at 1 kilometer distance. The nearest airport is Pune Airport. PCU has its different verticals which prepares leaders from different fields. School of Engineering and Technology. School of Design. School of Media Arts and Communication Studies by incorporating cultural activities, events, and organized tours and trips, fostering a holistic development approach. In essence, Pimpri Chinchwad University is not just an institution, it is a vibrant ecosystem that nurtures talent, fosters creativity, and provides a platform for students to thrive in every aspect of their academic journey. PCU Bus Transport provides service across the city. Pimpri Chinchwad University, transformative education that empowers success in a rapidly evolving world.
Thank you for your valuable time. Now, I would like Mr. Nitin Khade, sir, to please start with the session, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Deepak. Hi, everyone. Very good afternoon. So, am I audible? Perfectly
Yes,
audible?
sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, as Deepak sir had given my introduction, so I'm an engineer by heart, and I done my MBA in marketing. I was ranked 99th in Maharashtra city when I done my engineer MBA. I'd worked with a lot of companies doing projects. So for Johnson, Procter Gamble, even I'd done work with Air India. So now, what we are going to see today is about SAP. It's a career from a fresher to global professional. So good olden days, when my grandparents were working, they started. If my grandparent, let's example my grandfather, he had worked with a same company for 30 to 35 years. Okay, when he started his job, he took the retirement in the same company. If we take example of my father, he changed the company, but he didn't change the industry. So let's example, he worked with banking industry. So he was in banking industry from long time. So he had changed the bank from SDFC to ICICI to Standard Chartered. Now what happened with me or my generation or your generation? So any candidates who do the SAP course, he changed the country, he changed the industry, he changed the company. The candidate who had completed a course in 2016 and prior to that, they are not in India. They are working abroad, doing some project, coming back and going back. Do attend this webinar till the end because you will find lot of examples. As you are a BCA, MCA graduates, you'll correlate this SAP with your current career or the current course you are doing. Okay. So I'll start with the market penetration. So first video I'll show the how big or how SAP is penetrated in the industry. So let me share my screen. Great.
Sir, the audio is not coming.
1 second. 1 second. I'll reshare. Huh? 1 second. Okay.
No, audio is not there.
if you saw this video, so what it says, the penetration of SAP in the industry. You name any big industry, SAP is there. 16 trillion transaction. You swipe any credit card, debit card, or do any bank transfer. 16 trillion transactions are done every year through SAP. You go through any petrol pump, you purchase any bike or any car globally. It is through SAP. I'll explain this part through a presentation also. Just 1 second. Okay. So we'll start now. Right. So very good afternoon, guys. My name is Nitin Khade. So we launch SAP Digital Career. So there are three words over here: SAP, Digital, and Career. SAP we are going to talk. Why digital? Believe me, most of the jobs, future jobs are digital. Everything is getting digitalized. And career means we are not going to talk about only getting a job. We are going to talk about the retirement planning, or we're going to talk about the career. Okay. Believe me, the candidate who had 50, 60 years also, they are still working in SAP as a consultant or a freelance consultant, and they are earning like anything. So normally we launch we the courses what we conduct are on an average 2.5 months to 3 months, and we take time. We take 1.5 months, 2 months to place a candidate. We are authorized partner. So we are authorized partner of SAP in global. So we are one of the top SAP partner in global or Asia Pacific region. So what do you mean by authorized partner? What benefit you get from us? So SAP is called as a global career. It's not called as a certificate or degree within the, you have a degree. So you complete a degree. Why SAP is called as global career? Because as of today, 4,20,000 companies worldwide work on SAP. So you can visualize there is a big job fair. It's in Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai, and you are being invited for an interview because this 4,20,000 companies require a SAP certified consultant. So this is the biggest market. There are out of 196 countries, 190 countries you can travel. What this means? As I said, the candidate who had completed a course long back, 2016 and prior to that, they're not in India. So we are traveling the countries. And believe me, SAP is a German software. It is globally recognized. Okay. 26 industries you can work. So what advantage you have? So let's take example in COVID period or the recession period. Most of the physical job was been stagnant. They got pink slip or their salary was been cut. SAP, it doesn't matter to SAP because if one of the industries is not working, let's take example manufacturing company. There are 25 other industries where you can work, where you have projects. SAP is a big company. Okay, there are more than 1,10,000 employees working globally on in SAP payroll. There are 21 labs of SAP in 19 countries. So when I say 190 countries, SAP have a presence, but there are only 21 labs in the world. What do you mean by lab? They are the SAP infrastructure. You go on Google and search the best employee-friendly companies in the world. SAP Lab is one of the top 10 companies in the world. India is only country where three labs are there. One is in Pune, second is in Noida, third is in Bangalore. We are the only country, and the second biggest lab in the world is in Bangalore. Then 295 million cloud-based users are working using SAP. So what do you mean by that? So when we purchase Amazon Prime or Netflix, we pay subscription charges every year. SAP say we are very costly. If you cannot afford us, you can pay a subscription charge and we'll give a standardized software which you can use. So 295 million cloud-based users are using SAP software globally. 100 plus development centers. Why SAP need development centers? Believe me, the future jobs like the technology like AI, machine learning, data scientist, 3D printer, Web 3.0, blockchain, all these technologies are already enabled with SAP. So in future, when we say might be my job will go because of the AI, nothing to worry because SAP is already enabled. And there are 24,000 SAP partners. If you take India map, there are 28 states and 9 union territories. Each and every territory or state contribute to Indian GDP, right? SAP, there are 24,000 partners contribute to SAP GDP, you can say. So that's why we say SAP as a global career. Okay. So topics what we are going to cover today is from scratch. That is, we are going to talk about the future jobs. Then we are going to talk about SAP. What is the presence of SAP in future jobs? The career growth. If you are a fresher and you are starting your job in SAP today, what will be your salary? Next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, what skill set you should carry, and what is the designation you carry. Okay, I am going to show everything through statistics. Course format, how it's flexible for the fresher as well as the experienced people. Why we use this, how we differentiate ourselves from any other partners. And the last and most important part, what I'm going to get after doing this SAP certification about placements. Okay. So this slide says 50 million users took 68 years to reach in airline industry. Okay, airline industry took 68 years to reach 50 million, that is 5 crore people. Credit card took 28 years. Television, we started with CRT. Now we see LED, OLED, right? It took 22 years to reach 50 million, 5 crore people. Facebook take 3 years and Pokemon Go app took only 19 days. The latest statistics is ChatGPT. It started in December 2021, okay, 2022, right? In the first 4 week, they crossed 5 million, that is 50 lakh people. This shows the digital penetration in the industry. So what do you mean by digital penetration? When Modi ji said the digitalization, okay. So what happened in the COVID period in 2020? Accenture done a market survey globally. Okay, all the mid-size and top-size companies, they talk to the C-suite. C-suite means CEO, CTO, CFO, CIOs, and they interviewed them and asked few questions. The one of the question was, what technology or what are you going to do different so that you will survive in future? So they said we are going to digitally transform our company. So what do you mean by digital transformation? So digital transformation is a platform through which the future technologies, okay, or the internet or other tools which we can use where it is more easy to run. Let's example, uh, let's take Ijaz. Ijaz is a construction engineer or a civil engineer. He is a site engineer, and today he's working from home. He's not well, but his the site is in Noida. If he can manage the complete site virtually, that is, he know how many daily wage laborers are working, what are the number of raw material they had received, what is in the inventory, what number of slabs they had gone through. If he can manage everything virtually, his company is digitally transformed. Any company who was digitally transformed, they had survived in the COVID period or the lockdown period because it's a complete virtual world. So when we say if you're managing an industry or a company virtually, then your skill sets are changing. It's not no more physical skill sets, they're virtual skill sets. So World Economic Forum, it's a forum which do the survey or do research every 2 and 3 years. So in 2023, they had done the research and they said 97 million new digital jobs are coming in market and SAP is one of it. Whereas 85 million traditional jobs are being replaced by machines or applications. Okay, so let's see the examples. So what are the jobs which are going out of the market? The simple example, bank teller. In the good olden days, there are a lot of bank tellers, the cashiers were in the bank. Slowly and gradually, their numbers reduced. Why? Because they were replaced by ATM machines. Last 2 and 3 years, if you see the ATM machines also reduced. Why? Because we are paying through GPay, PhonePe, UPI. This is called a digital transformation in banking industry. Postal service, accountant auditors, okay, then factory, assembly factory workers. In COVID period, there is a factory, a company named Lloyd. Lloyd is a AC manufacturing company, and they have a plant in Rajasthan called Giga Factory. In the COVID period, 10% people were working physically over there, whereas 90% people were managing the factory virtually. The 100% productivity was there because they were working on some technology called Industry 4.0. And Industry 4.0 is completely online. Okay, it includes the AI, IoT, lot of things are there. Okay, lawyers. So there is a AI called Watson. Watson is a AI by IBM. Watson is trained in such a way that the he can work as a lawyer. Okay, he can work as a lawyer in the court. Construction labor. In the COVID period, most of the construction labor went to the native place because they all the construction site was on the hold. IIT Madras has created a house of 1200 square feet. And the price of the house, the construction cost of that house was 5.5 lakh rupees only. If you are staying in Pune, you can understand what will the cost of, as of today, what will the cost of 1200 square feet. This, this is called 3D printer. They are using 3D printer, and they 3D printer can work day in, day out. Okay. So this shows the technology changes. So which are the technologies which will are shaping the industry? AI, machine learning. They are going big time. Okay. Software application developer. Then IoT, Internet of Thing. If you have a smartwatch, it's a IoT. It shows the complete detail. It sends the complete detail to the server. Your body temperature, SpO2, how much sleep you have taken, what is the deep sleep, what exercise you done, who called you, who had sent you a message. What is this? All these technologies, digital transformation specialists or robotics, what they feed on. Amazon, then what do you say? Flipkart or Meesho, they knows your buying pattern. Ola, Uber knows your traveling pattern. Swiggy, Zomato knows your eating pattern. So what they survive on or what they need one thing called data. So data is the next oil. Okay. Russia had attacked Ukraine, but till now, not more than 30% of the Ukraine they had occupied. Why? Because Tesla satellites are giving the data where the Russian army is there. That is data. So the future is data. And all these big short companies, where their data is stored, which technology they store the data, and that is called SAP. Connecting the dots, most of the big short companies, their data is on the SAP technology. So if you know SAP, you don't have to worry about the future technologies or the future technologies taking your job. So these Leonardo, ABAP, HANA, they are the individual modules which actually help in these technologies. Okay, so this is about future technologies in the SAP, how the SAP plays the role. Now let's take example. Your college is saying that we have a industry visit in Gurgaon. Why? Because there is a Maruti factory in Gurgaon where they are going to show you how the production goes. So when you visit over here, there, the project manager shows the complete idea how the production goes. The first department he shows is called vendor manager. He's a guy who acquire or who take or who procure the raw material like tires, engines, or the seat cover, seat belts from different vendors. Then he hand over this raw material to material management. So material management store that material. As and when production guys this material need the material, he'll share. The production guy is going to assemble this raw material and create a car. As Pune is a automobile hub, you know that the manufacturing companies work day in day out, right? They work on shifts. So plant maintenance play a big role. Once the car is been tested, then it is sold to the sale through sales marketing. Quality of raw material and quantity of finished product is very important. If you take Japanese cars or Asian cars, they are known for technology, but they are not known for longevity. If you take European cars like Mercedes or BMW, they are known for the longevity. So there is a car called Rolls Royce. Till data from 1902 till date, whatever the cars they had manufactured, more than 60% cars are still on road. They are called vintage car. That is the quality of final product. Then once the car has been manufactured, it is stored in the warehouse. And the warehouse guys know what is the demand and supply. Finance fund everyone. So he fund for the material procurement, fund for the sales, he fund for the HR salaries, right? And HR will recruit the different people. Once the car has been sold in the market, it is shared to the buyers. So in the 8 standard, okay, when you are doing 8 standard, there was a formula for finance, that is profit. So if you have to increase the profit, which is handled by finance guy, you have to increase the sales. Okay, so it's a marketing plays a role. If you cannot increase the sales, then you have to reduce the cost. So Tata Nano work on the cost reduction, right? Because they have a 1 lakh, they can sell the car at 1 lakh rupees. So if you see, each and every box plays some role for that company. That's why they are called resource of that company. And the concept of this resource planning is called ERP, Enterprise Miss Maruti Ka Factory, resource that is small boxes and their planning. So ERP is a concept where this SAP is a software to the concept. So there are different vendors. SAP is not alone in ERP. Oracle, JD Edward, Barn, PeopleSoft, lot of them. So what do you mean by SAP? What is the full form of SAP? It's a system application product in data processing. So last two word is very important. As I said, data is a future oil, and all these big short companies, their data processing software is SAP. So connect the dots. So how big SAP is? Let's example, in Amazon Prime Day, you purchase a laptop. And in that laptop, there is no Windows. You have to install the original Windows version and top end version, Windows 11. The maximum cost of that installation will not go more than 30,000 rupees. Okay. Yes. Okay, fine. So, so that will be not more than 30,000. If the SAP is installed in the factory and the logins are given into the same laptop, the minimum cost of that installation is 75 lakh rupees. The average cost is between 2.5 CR to 1000 CR. You are creating this software. You can understand the value you carry. Okay. So if we say in my resume, if I mention I've done a one project of SAP, I'm managing the crore ka software, the value I carry. So let's see how big SAP. So there is a company, it's an Indian MNC. They implemented SAP in 2015. Okay, it took 2 years, 2014 to 16. And in 2016, they came with a, a, a product which revolutionized the telecom industry. And they spent 3,200 crore only on this ecosystem. That company was Jio. Mukesh Ambani spent 3,200 crore only on SAP software. He knows each and everything. Means if you see, the previously Reliance was a Reliance Industry, Reliance Telecom, other thing. Now everything is on Jio. So Jio ecosystem is on SAP. He knows everything. So if you see the IPL final match, there were 17 crore people was watching this match on Jio Cinema. Jio Cinema, we give the they give the subscription free, whereas previously Hotstar were charging us, right? So he spent 23,000 crore rupees on Jio Cinema or IPL rights, whereas he had given the subscription free. But he had added the price of the advertisement, 10-second advertisement twice. So he had recovered the money, and that was the ecosystem of Jio SAP. Okay. These are the big shot companies in the world who use the SAP, and these are the market cap. You can understand how big SAP or how big companies SAP using. Okay. Now, when we say there is a skill I carry, and that skill has a high demand in market. Demand means most people are using that skill. So if there are less people in the market with that skill, you can get more salary. Okay, chartered accountant get more salary than a BCom graduate. Why? Because he have experience and the signature or the value he carry. Now we see SAP in daily life. Huh? Last example, it's a Sunday. Okay, it's a Sunday. The morning, you're in the bedroom. All the product in the bedroom, that is, you have a furniture from IKEA, you have a Nilkamal, what do you say, the table chair, you have a Raymond's clothings, you have a Godrej interior designing, everything work on SAP. Okay. Now you're going for a bath. All the articles in the bathroom, that is your commode, the tap is from Jaguar, Hindware, Serra, Perriware. The tiles flooring is from Johnson Kazaria. You're using the toothpaste or soap, shampoo. They are from Colgate, PNG. They are from SAP. So this is recipe in daily life. Huh? Now, let's example, you're taking a breakfast. There are 8 companies in the world who manage 70% of the market share of morning cereals. and these are the few of them, and they work on SAP. Now let's example, you are going for a trip. You going for buy your car. So it might be Indian version or the international BMW, Audi, Mercedes, or you might having bike. They are from SAP. You went to a petrol pump. It may be Indian petrol pump or international or BP or HPCL, Indian Oil or BPCL. They are under SAP. You're paying a toll. If you go from Pune to Mumbai, there is a IRB toll, right? You're paying the toll plaza. At the toll plaza, you're paying the toll amount that is through SAP. SAP in daily life. Now, the Pune Municipal Corporation work under SAP, Mumbai Municipal Corporation work under SAP. Means you are paying the property tax, you are paying the light bill to Adani or Mahavitran, that is under SAP. The laptop you using today or the project you are using from Epson or Canon, they are from SAP. Dell, Apple ka ecosystem, that is iOS, use SAP data. Nokia, BBK is a Chinese company which have Oppo, OnePlus likewise. Jio, Airtel, okay, Vodafone, the Samsung, you name any company, they are under SAP. This shows the value of SAP in daily life. And if you carry that skill, you can understand what market demand you carry. Okay. So in the starting, when I say the candidate who does the SAP, they go internationally. So let's take example. Visualize you are working with a TCS and TCS send you on a project called LIC of India. You went to Delhi. So LIC headquarters in Delhi where you're doing the first project. You have done excellent project and TCS said, so you have done a good project. Now we are sending you on site for an aerospace or defense company called Boeing, which is in the airline industry in US. So you went to US for a project. After that, you went to Shell, you went to UK, and there is a company called Shell, which is an oil and gas company. Then you had left TCS. Now you're working as a freelance consultant and you are traveling globally. You had worked with Sony, which is in Japan for electronic product. Then you went to South Korea. There is a company called Kia, which is a Hyundai Motors. Then you went to Germany, and there is a company called Merck, which is a healthcare company. This is actually happening with our candidates. They are changing countries, they are changing industries, and they are changing companies. Okay. Now, so the as I said, when we do any course, we always see what I'm going to get. So the companies where we place, they had given some criteria for placements. Criteria for placement is getting interviews. So what criteria had they given? So if I have 100 companies, out of which 80% company says, if any graduate of formal education like BCA, MCA, MBA with 0 to 6 years experience in domain, and he had done the SAP certification, they are eligible for my interviews. Okay. So what do you mean by domain? If you are not a fresher, you are working. So if you have worked with purchase department, there is a procurement. If you are working sales, there is sales. So there are different modules in SAP. Yeah? There are different modules. So like we do the specialization, like BCA or MCA or MBA marketing, MBA finance, MBA HR, likewise. So there are different specialization. Or if you are completely fresher, you are still in the college. These are the modules and these are the degrees you carry. So if you have a mechanical, automobile, civil, production engineer, then the material management production module is more suitable. As you are from BCA, MCA, the most suitable module is ABAP on HANA. If you are a BCom, BMS, Finance, BAP, or MBA Finance, there's a module called Finance, SAP Finance. If someone is from chemical background, physics background, mathematics, plain science, then there is a module or MBA marketing or BBA marketing. Then there is a module called sales and distribution. And someone is from BMS HR or MBA HR, there is a module called success factor. So what do you mean by this module? These are the modules is mapped with your qualification so that you are eligible for interview. Same. Okay. Now SAP is a software, so it has evolved. Okay, it started by five IBM people. It started by five IBM people, and they came with SAP software in 1973. So there was a R1 single PC. Then it went in 2015. They went on cloud. So now you know AWS, Google Cloud. Same way the SAP went on cloud, and AWS, Google, they both work on SAP cloud. So in 2015, SAP went on cloud, and 2016 they came with a complete new ecosystem called S4 HANA. I'm going to take this detail more in detail. Okay. Now, what job you're going to do? So, what is the role you're going to do? So, there are two sort of companies where you're working. One is a consulting company. Second is an end user company. Consulting companies are companies who create SAP software. End user company use it. I repeat, consulting company create the software. End user use it. So, let's take example. Huh? So, TCS is a consulting company and Tata Motors is an end user company. So, Ratan Tata have a dream project called Tata Nano. He said, I want to create a Laktakia car, the car at 1 lakh rupees. So he took a plant in Gujarat, Swanan, and he said, please create a software for me so that I can understand what is happening in the plant. I'm very old, I cannot go over there. So when you go first time, when you do the project for first time, this project is called implementation cycle. It's from mapping what the requirement and customizing software. As I said, the pricing no 75 lakh rupees, 2 CR, 3000 CR. That cost is for this implementation project. The duration of implementation project is just 3 to 6 months only. Now Ratan Tata says, okay, so one plant is running now. I have another plant in Aund, Pune. Okay, so please create another software for me for same product. So if you're a project manager, you say, sir, we don't need any new software. We'll just roll out. We'll duplicate the same software which we had implemented in Gujarat in Pune. This is called rollout. You're rolling out the same software at different location. Our candidates in Colgate went to Germany and Japan in 2023 for the SAP rollout projects because Indian Colgate team is a basically a implementing. Support means this is software, so there will be errors. You're rectifying that errors. This role is called support. And SAP is a database software, so it needs lot of securities. It needs lot of updates. As you get updates on your mobile, same way it happens in SAP. So these are the four roles when you join a company. That is implement when you create new software, roll out, duplicating the software, support, help the company to run the software, and upgrade the software. Now we don't place you in Tata Motors. Why we don't place you in Tata Motors? We place in IT company because Tata Motor job role is just a data entry job. If Ratan Tata came to know there are 7 cars being sold in market, but someone had entered the data, na 7 cars been sold. So entering data is not a rocket science. Anyone can do it. But creating a software for them, it's done by TCS. So thumb rule number two, we place only in IT companies. We have end user companies, but they're multinational companies. Okay, Colgate, Reliance. Okay, so they create their own team. Now about the growth. Okay, so if you have a salary of 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, and you want to know what is your market value, if you have a designation, one second. Huh? Can you mute? Is anyone is I think so someone is unmute. Thank you. So if you have a salary 30, 40 lakhs and you want to know what is your market value, where you stand, whether you're underpaid or overpaid. So there is a website called payscale.com. Payscale.com have lot of data, more than 40, 50,000 companies, IT, non-IT. There you can see the what are the skill set, what are the designation, and what is the salary you pay. So as per the payscale.com says, if any consultant who is fresher and just joining SAP, the average package he get is 6.77 lakh rupees with 1 to 4 years experience. But the skill set what he carry is already gone. It's an older version of SAP. What we are teaching is a cloud-based skill set. That is the next senior level. Okay. So salary package you can draw more. These are the average package. Huh? If you want to do the highest package, multiply by 2.5. First 10 years is technically growth. Second 10 years, manual growth. If you're doing MBA, then you play a bigger role over here because you're managing projects, you're managing the people, agile technologies, and the final leadership goals where you are visionaries. Okay. This slide shows the actual growth. I took this slide just 4 months back. You can see the name of the companies, the salary growth every day for every designation. And you can see the companies are all of them are big short companies. Huh? Okay. Now this is something from third party called pay scale, not by me, right? Not by VSCS. So we started searching what is the formula of growth. Because as I said, we are talking about career, not a job, right? Because career, you should grow. So we started doing research with our candidates, our past students. So if we place a candidate 4 year back, we do the survey or we do the interview with these candidates to understand the factors because of which his growth was done. So when we analyze, we took a sample size of 200 candidates. What we found, so if you see over here, the pre-certification, that is before joining the course, like you, BCA graduates, MCA graduate, MBA graduate, you're a fresher. So if you're a fresher from IT background, the module is ABAP. So after completion of course, we place him in VSS in our company because we were in consulting also. Then he went to Capgemini, then he went to Price Waterhouse. In 6 years, if you add up this, if in 6 years, his salary has increased from 3 lakh to 22 lakhs. And I'm showing this with their permission because each and every have LinkedIn profile has been matched over here. So 633% in 6 years means 100% per annum. The thumb rule is that he had changed the company with SAP projects. So projects I told, that is 4 projects: implement, rollout, support, and upgradation. So he had done 6 implementation, 3 projects, a support projects. His salary has increased by 633%. He's from sales. If you are from MBA marketing, this is a scenario for him. He was working with Thyrocare, the company who take bloods, right? Blood testing. Then we place in IntelliBit, then TCS. Now he's an Accenture. 2.1 lakh to 12 lakhs, 471% in 4.5 years. To implement 7 enhancement. Enhancement is upgradation projects. For finance, if someone is from MBA finance, so VSCS, then went to Invenue, now is in ENY. So for MBA guys in finance, there are big four: KPMG, ENY, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and Deloitte. We have all the candidates over there. From 3 lakh to 17 lakhs, 466%, 6.2 years. It's more than 50-60%. So you can see everywhere. This is for MBA HR guys. So what is the thumb rule? Thumb rule says if you change the company with SAP projects, you grow faster. Okay. So if you do projects and you change the company, you grow faster exponentially. So when we done this survey, the minimum salary hike was 6.67%, which is our current inflation rate. But the average salary hike was 67.5%. The highest was 198% per annum. I'm talking per annum. 60% per annum is a very big deal, right? Simple term. But there's a key factor said SAP projects. As I shown in the slide, SAP started in 1973. The company will not do the project every year, right? So the biggest question is whether there are projects in market or not. Okay, means after doing these SAP projects, SAP course, and we don't get the projects, there is no value. So this is the statistics given by SAP. So as I said, the SAP launched the S4HANA technology in 2016. As of today, 4,20,000 companies worldwide work on SAP. Out of which 60,000 plus companies in India work on SAP. And as per SAP records, only 18,600 companies migrated to S4HANA. It's only 30% companies shifted to S4HANA. Now there's a big catch. SAP say the remaining 70% companies, they should migrate by 2027 December to S4HANA or else we'll end up the support. We'll not give the support. Means they are on ventilator now. They need to change to the new level. This shows more than 41,000 projects will be there in next 3 years. The greenfield mean new projects, brownfield is a mixture, it's a support projects, and the bluefield. So as I said, if you have a skill set and if it has a demand, then you grow faster. So this is statistics of demand and this supply. So this website is this is Government of India, AISHE. Only 1,400 consultant every year pass out to SAP partners. So if I say 41,000, there are new projects in market. And if I take a record of last 20 years and 1,500 candidates per year, 1,500 into 20 years, only 30,000 students are passed out in the industry. So demand for SAP is higher than supply. Everything which I'm showing is completely statistics and through some source. Okay. The certificate which I said, it's a global certificate, recognized globally, right? So these are the global certificate. You will not find the VSS name also. So you can see there is a credly. This is link. So let's example, you're working with TCS and TCS sending you on a project abroad. The company can verify whether you are certified or not through this credly link. So you cannot fake the certificate. Okay. This shows the authentication that you can do the international projects. Now what VSC is. So all research are done, what we are and how we do. So we are in SAP. We started in 2006, same like SAP. There were 5 people from Siemens. They joined and they started their own company called VSS, and they were basically in SAP education, SAP for projects. So in 2012, we found that we have more projects and less number of people working with us. So we started our education part. Till date, more than 3,000 students are certified and placed in the industry. Believe me, we are one of the most active alumni. Why? Because we do a lot of activities for them. And we are basically associated with colleges. So most of the 90% students who enrolled with us are completely fresher. They are in the college. Okay. So we had association with Pillai College, MVP in Nasik, and Wilson College in Mumbai. How or why the companies are recruiting from us? Why they trust us? Because we have a complete ecosystem of training, and that is completely practical. So IITs, IIM, they have something called case study based learning. Our course is a case study based learning, and 80% of the course is practical. Okay, completely practical. And whatever you do in this class, virtually or physically, same thing you do in the real life. That's why the company said a fresher can go. We had placed freshers in company like Deloitte, KPMG, EY. Okay. And they actually means you can understand they have lot of rounds and they had cracked their rounds. Okay. We don't send you for interview directly. We train you for the interview first. So first is the eligibility criteria. So we are very upfront about the eligibility criteria. We don't take any candidates with more than 6 years experience if he's looking for a job. Okay. The different source of opening. We are doing lot of projects in corporates, and the biggest is the alumni network. We help you to create a ATS proof, that is application tracking system. They are the tracking system in big shot companies to scrutiny your resume. We guide you how to create that resume. We help you with the aptitude test, interview preparation. Interview preparation, we are doing interview in virtual. If we take today, we are doing presentation virtually, but there might be a physical interview. 40% of interview is non-verbal without any word. And the last part is mock interview session, which is a technical term. This all 4 part, resume building, aptitude test, interview sessions, and mock interview sessions are not taken by us. They are third party, and they are the people who are the pioneer in this industry, and they are going to train you. And this what we do in the class practically. The student have to present. We do the mock call with the if let's example there is an opening in Deloitte and there is a lineup, interview lineup. Prior to that lineup, we will have an internal mock call with the person who is currently working with Deloitte, because what he had done something different. That's why he got placed over there. So he's going to guide you how to crack that interview. So the strike rate is increased. Now about the placements, which is a core part. These are the companies where our currently our students are doing projects. There are a lot of them because I just picked few of them. From 2020 to 2023, these are the companies where we place our candidates. So previously they were the clients. Now these are the companies where we place our candidates. These are recently placed candidates. And believe me, most of them are fresher. So if you see, we have placed in Saint Gobain, Accenture, KPMG, Deloitte, Blueprint, then Sidler. Okay. The thumb rule, small company cannot afford SAP because the minimum cost of SAP project is 75 lakh rupees. Small company cannot put 75 lakh rupees software, right? So the thumb rule number one, we place only in IT companies and the mid-size and big-size companies. The course what we conduct in three formats. Okay. Basically, first is the classroom training. We conduct in Pillai College in Mumbai and Thane in the physical classroom. So, so they are basically, if we go for college, even we can try to do this course in your college also, if they allow. Okay. Virtual, we do in two formats, weekend and full-time batches. Full-time batches are basically evening batches, 8 to 10, and weekend batches, 4 hours per day. Okay, 4 to 5 hours per day. But we have a limitations. In a batch, we take only 8 candidates. One batch we schedule after every 3 months. So we are basically focusing on only on qualities. So if someone enrolled and he is a ninth candidate, we have to wait for 3 months. So why 8 candidates? It is easy to learn because there are only 8 candidates. So they have more interaction with faculty. It is easy to pass and easy to place because we have to place 8 candidates in just 3 months. So it's easier for us to place. Now the final why VS is. First, we are one of the top authorized education partner in Asia Pacific region. We are one of the biggest alumni network, and believe me, this is what we work. So you might be knowing Sundar Pichai. He is the head of Google or Alphabet. He had done the engineering from IIT Kharagpur, okay, in metallurgy. So by default, every year in IIT Kharagpur, one company come for a campus, that is Google. That is the value of the strength of that IIT Kharagpur because the alumni. Same way it happened with us. We give the placement assistance till the time you get placed. The certificate which you receive is a global certificate, 4,20,000 companies, 190 countries, and 26 different industries. Now, but trainer, we are very specific about trainers. The trainers which we assign for academic batches, they should have minimum 8 years experience in SAP, two end-to-end implementation plus cycle, and 4 years experience in teaching. Then only they are eligible to take the training. The certificate is S4 HANA, which is latest. We have a flexible batch timing, that is a physical batch, virtual batch, weekdays batch, or weekend batches. We do the interview preparation skills, as I showed all the third party does. The fees what we charge is one of the lowest fees in last 14 years. Believe me. And we are still be known as the best in class for the training. Most of the other institutes are trying to copy us. So that's all from my side. Thank you. So yeah.
Uh, so thank you, Mr. Nitin sir. So
Welcome.
on behalf of Pimpri Chinchwad University, I would like to thank Mr. Nitin sir for sparing his valuable time and his valuable inputs to our participants. I hope that the participants have Nitin sir has provided the detailed about the career path that is available through SOP. He has also highlighted the need for having a SAP in our day-to-day life. He has also provided the examples for having an SAP training so that the students can benefit to get a good career, not only the placement, the good career. So, with this note, I would like to thank Mr. Nitin sir once again, and I
Thank you.
invite Mr. Nitin sir to personally visit our campus so that we can have a workshop of the same kind where the students will interact with you directly, sir. So, with
Thank
this
you, sir.
note,
Thank you, sir. Any questions anyone have? Any queries? Any questions?
in case if any participant does have any query, so please
Yeah.
you are free.